Hi all, it's Collectors of the Coast, and it's Cash here. I'm doing a fireside chat tonight, and I just wanted to go over a few things. Lots going on right now. We have the pre-release on the arena, and we're all us that like the paper cards are all waiting anxiously over the next month for the new set, and it's kind of a weird time with the arena bringing out cards, and some people are trying to open them in overseas, and everyone's kind of waiting for cards, but then who do you play with? There's no tournaments. The LGSs, I mean, who knows when they're going to be able to have events again. I mean, it's hard to believe it's going to happen before September anywhere, and maybe not even this winter. We could be well into 2021 before we start seeing some kind of events again. The stores have been doing a pretty good job with running some online events and some different things, but it's a pretty weird time, and it's hard to imagine that sales of paper cards are going to be great. Now, could long term could be really a collectability. Some of these sets might age really well, but it's kind of weird. For me, I'm not an online card player. I used to play Magic online probably 7-8 years ago. I played it for a while, and I kind of got into it. And you know what? It's not the same. I love playing with people. I think the paper cards and being able to be in front of people. When you're playing online, you're missing the gathering. You're just playing a crappy video game online, and it's not the same. There's no collectability online. Your cards are worth nothing, especially in the arena. You pay all this money into arena. You can pay, if you want to have the best decks, you can pay hundreds, thousands of dollars, and you get nothing back other than an account that maybe you can sell the account for a little bit of money. But my Magic Online cards, I got a fairly big collection of older cards, and they're worth almost nothing now. And it's gonna be the same with any version of these things in the long run. They don't hold value. Can you make money doing them? Maybe, I don't know. So I just wonder what the market's gonna do. We're in such early stages of this, this weird time of everything being shut down. Right now, a lot of the stores are just starting to ship stuff out again. Some of them have been off. I know Face to Face, around here, they were closed for a few weeks, and they just opened up and are shipping stuff out. But obviously not to the extent they were. So they will start to get stuff more into the market again. But we're seeing, you see prices have gotten pretty stable, and in some cases things are going up fairly substantially. Because you're not seeing those stores throw as much on eBay and on the market as they normally do. So you're seeing kind of a weird time where there's kind of a false sense of inventory. Some cards you can't get. I know I have a couple cards in my collection that I've noticed have went way up, and there doesn't really seem to be a reason for it other than just people just aren't throwing things out there the same. It's like in the housing market when there's not any inventory, everything goes up. But then, everyone sees, oh, the prices go up, and everyone throws their house on the market, and all of a sudden, it kind of flattens out. Same with the Magic cards. So I wonder about Coria. I wonder how. It seems like a really interesting set. I wonder how it's going to age. It's got some weird stuff going on it. There's some really neat cards, really interesting cards. I personally love the companions. It does seem like they kind of like slapped some pretty complicated concepts together into one set, and that I would have loved to see companions basically have their own set, and that have some minor things in it, but have that be their own, have it be like a special set that's the mechanic. Same as if they were going to do mutate. It's kind of a weird mechanic, anyways, but I think I'd like that to be its own premium mechanic on its own, and I think it would be a lot better, to be honest. The same with Throne of Eldraine. They kind of threw it together. They threw two sets apparently into one. Would have loved to see Throne of Eldraine. If they would have had it, just put a little bit more work into it. Put out two sets, really build and filled out the story. There's so much there. Now, can they make Throne of Eldraine 2 or whatever they want to call it? Absolutely, they can. Maybe we'll see that in a year from now. Be phenomenal if they can bring up anything close to what Throne of Eldraine is or was. But it would be really nice if it feels like everything's kind of rushed and they don't take the extra time to do the proper job. They're rushing out so much product that they just can't do a full job of it, because they're trying to do too much. So they give you kind of 60% of a great product, as opposed to really fulfilling, or really sort of flushing out all the potential of any of these sets. Back when I started playing it, I mean, they put out, you get 4 sets a year, and there was a couple of, there might have been a couple of pre-constructed packs, but that was about it. And I'm not saying they did as an amazing job then either, but you really did get to feel, really got to enjoy the set before you were on to the next thing, in 4 or 5, 6 weeks later, because they're having something else. Like, when is this next, when are they going to start previewing the next set? Because they're going to have to. It's out like a month after, was it starter, I'm drawing a blank for the name right now, but coming out in the middle of June, I think. So, a month after Coria now. So we're going to see probably in the next maybe 3-4 weeks, are we going to start to see some spoilers on that? So, Theros Beyond Death has been a really funny set, and I personally kind of like some of the cards in the set. I like some things about it. I wonder how it's going to age. I know it hasn't been the most popular set overall. I know they've done a weird things with making the collector boosters, and they've kind of killed a lot of the gods that were pretty exciting cards. I feel like if they made them just a little bit harder to get, and they were a little bit more rare, and they just produced this product a little bit better, the set would be pretty good. And it's coming out at a time where it's there's supply issues, and this could be a really age well set. Now I don't know what it's going to do now. Right now, obviously, it's hard to. It seems like no one really wants it. But what is it going to be like 2 years from now? That's always the big test. What's it going to be like in a couple of years when people can't get it readily, when distributors aren't putting it out, stores don't have it as much on the shelves? Is this going to be one of those sets where, I mean, you're getting 8 to 10 mythics typically in a collector box. When they're a little bit harder to get, is it going to be? Are people going to be like, holy crap, like, I get 8 to 10 mythics out of a collector box? Some of these cards are pretty good mythics. I mean, the Elder Giants are fantastic cards. Heliod is a fantastic card. The Dryad, fantastic. Nyxbloom, fantastic card. Really, really strong cards. What are they going to look like in a couple of years from now? Those, people trying to crack for those. So, in Coria, just wonder with the Godzilla cards, like, who was asking for Godzilla? I love the Throne of Eldraine, the style of it, and the storybook frames, and being able to put some of those things. It obviously, it was a bit of a stretch to sort of fit it into Magic the Gathering, but Godzilla, I don't know. I just know a lot of people who don't even want to play the Godzilla cards, and I hear about people online, they're trying to play the regular versions, and the system keeps making the Godzilla version come out, and they get pissed off, and they try to switch it back, and it's like the Godzilla cards are kind of stupid. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of torn between it. I mean, it's nice that they're using some of the modern culture stuff, but at the same time, it doesn't seem Magic. It seems like some kind of gimmick set. If they would have sold the Godzilla cards as some kind of special secret layer, like, I think maybe that's what they should be doing for secret layer, is those kind of cards, right? The My Little Ponies thing. The My Little Ponies thing was kind of cute, right? As a box set, you kind of get separate, not really part of the game, but they were kind of neat as a collectible. Maybe if they would have done that with Godzilla, I'd be a little bit more into it. I love that. I actually kind of like the Jaws card, to be honest. It's kind of a good card, and kind of, that movie freaked me out when I was a kid. It was so scary. I didn't want to swim in the lake after that thing. I still to this day, I think Jaws is gonna come get me. Even the monkey, even the King Kong card, it's a little bit, but they've done some apes kind of like that in the past, so it's not too bad. But I think the Godzilla is kind of gimmicky and a little bit weird. I don't know how those are going to age. Are people really going to want them? 2-3 years from now, are people going to want them? What's the price going to do on them? I don't know. So, most of the big stores are starting to ship stuff out now, so it's hard to know what they're going to be. I don't know how artificial the numbers are going to be. Are we going to see now? Are they going to start to put stuff on the market, or are we going to see card prices go? Because I don't think there's as much of a market right now for them with no tournaments. So, what happens if the Star Cities and Face to Face start, shuffling lots of stuff on Amazon and TCG, and what's that going to do to the prices? Are they gonna just tank hard? I don't, because I mean, how long are those companies going to stay without putting cards on the market? I just don't know. So, kind of just in my thoughts, other things we've produced some videos that some people. There's a small group that really like the videos, the Fireside Stories. We keep doing them because I love doing them. I think they're a lot of fun. We keep kind of switching around with the format of how we do them exactly. I really liked actually the last one with the fireplace and kind of us in the corner. So maybe if you are a fan of that and you make it this far in this video, give us some feedback. We'd love to know. We're still a brand new channel. We're really trying to find our place and find the formats that we like, which is why if you watched any significant amount of our channel, you'll see a number of different kind of feels. And it's just us testing stuff out. We've only been doing this for about a month, and really only, maybe the last 2 or 3 weeks have we really been, seriously working on it. And we'd like to do it long term. We'd like to make it really good for everybody. So if you do have any videos that you particularly like, if there's a certain style that we like, we're always open to feedback. Love that kind of stuff. Really will help us out in the long term. We do want to do this for a long time. Dash is only 8, so he's got a long time to go. And I love doing this stuff with him. It's phenomenal. So he is to talk about him. He is he's my son. So he is as wonderful a kid as you might, as I think he seems on video. He's just full of fun and has a great attitude and super polite and friendly. Wears his heart on his sleeve, and he loves doing this with me. I mean, we are just. I never thought, I never really wanted a child before we decided to finally have one, and it's been with him. It's just been a wonderful experience, and I love every minute of it. And he's like my best friend. So you might have noticed my hair. We've been trying because the hairdressers aren't open. We've had these hair cutting stuff for the last while, and pretty much scalped myself today trying to use these things. So. My hair is kind of crazy, so I don't know what everyone else is doing, but we tried to trim it today. I did a much better job on my wife's hair than I think we did on mine, but it grows back. So until it stops growing back, I'm all right. So I'm gonna open one pack because I want to, and so wish me luck if you're still watching at this point. I know we're fairly far in. If I do get an Elder Giant, gosh, you're gonna be so jealous. Alright, so I got one pack here. I'm gonna open it. I'll just show you the uncommons. I got some crummy uncommons here, or some crummy things. I got an island and a swamp in my commons. Alright, I got a Binding of the Titans as my uncommon, a Farika Swarm, a forest, and an island. Very fancy forest. I still love these. I really, really wish they would have made these a little more rare and a little harder to get. I mean, still people will pay $3, $4 for these cards at times. And, I imagine if there was even only one of them in the collector's packs, how much more sought after they would be. So, we did get a mythic. We got probably the worst mythic, I think. I mean, Ashiok's Sculptor of Fears. Where is the big boy? So I'll try to put it the way you can see it. Ashiok there. It's okay. I haven't played this card at all. We got a Woe Strider. That is a nice card, actually. That is a very good card. Much better than my Mythics. Alright, trying to do that here. We got ourselves a Storm Herald. That is a nice card. And, wow, 3 Mythic pack. Got a Heliod Suncrowned. And Box Topper Foil Clothis, God of Destiny. Wow. Wow. And then, ooh, actually, I don't even know if I've gotten this token before. Unbelievable. All the packs I've opened, I've never noticed this. Let's double check. We got an Elemental token. Is that rare? Oh, it's weird. Anyway. Anyways, amazing. Three Mythic pack. I'm gonna have to, wow. Wow. I mean, one of them, stinks to high heaven, but I mean, that's 2 pretty good Mythics. 2 gods. Look at this. Wow, wow, wow. Can't get a giant. Heliod. I think I've got 5 Heliods. Still can't get myself a giant. Got every form of Heliod that there is, and I can't get a giant. I got one giant, the blue and green one, and I can't get the other one. So frustrating. Anyway, everyone, take care out there. Obviously, it's still a weird time. I don't know how long this is going to go on for. I know I do coach, and all of my coaching is off until at least it looks like July. So we're all kind of crossing our fingers. We're going to be able to coach again in July. So we keep doing this, and I keep doing some other stuff as well. But everybody, take care and be well, and keep your distance. I know it's people are starting to lose patience out there with some weird protests and stuff going on, but keep patience. You know what? It's just going to go faster if we all keep our distance and do the right things. So everybody, take care and have a magical day.